Okay, so I got the after sentence calls with Paul. Once again, they forgot to send me the correct call log, so I can't tell you the time of them, but it does sound like it probably is that same day. Yeah, I actually think it is for sure by some of the stuff they say that it's actually that same day. So here you go.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Ferguson.
an incarcerated individual at Muskegon County Jail. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press
1. To refuse charge, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hey, Randy.
Oh, hey, where are you?
I'm still at the jail.
What is happening, buddy?
Not much.
Did they tell you what the plan is?
No. Last I checked, the meat wagon, as some people call it, the ride out to prison happens on Friday, so it may be this Friday, it may be next Friday. There's no real telling.
Well, this is a surprise. I didn't think I was going to hear from you again for a while. Paul, let's just set a ground rule. Be very careful what we talk about going forward here. There's a lot of people that just want to persecute you, and they're screaming for blood, and they're just saying ugly things.
Yep.
And so we'll try and keep our conversations focused on our, some goals and plans and just nice things. Okay.
Okay.
But just so you know, my heart's breaking for you. Very bad things happen, but don't you think for a second that I or my family think that you're evil? I think the judge is 100% wrong, or his psych evaluations are wrong.
According to Joe, you need an actual professional grade Asperger's test, not just a psych eval.
Right. So, boy, I don't want to talk too much on it now. I can only tell you, yeah, I'm going to try and help, Paul. I've never done anything like that before, but I'm going to try. I'm going to consult with some people I know, and we're going to see what we can do, but it's going to take a little time.
Yeah. I've got 42 days to make an appeal.
Okay. 42 days. I tell you, I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about it. It's just a very dark day for everybody.
Yeah.
But
I've got a very dark cloud hanging over me right now.
Sure. Well, yeah, we're gonna. I don't want to be so quiet. I'm trying to.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Think what's best to say. I was not expecting you to call me. I thought they were sending you to prison right away. Do you know where you're going to be sent, Paul?
No, I know that Jackson is quarantined. I'll be there for a month or so, and then they'll assign me to a prison.
Okay. But as of right now, you think you're still at county for a little bit?
Yeah, I should be at county for at least until this Friday or next, maybe a little later.
Okay. All right. Did you see my son? He was there too.
Yes, I did.
But to be honest with you, we wanted to get out of Muskegon County right away. I don't know.
I get that.
But I noticed that Nolan wrote a letter on your behalf.
Yes, he did.
Okay. I'm going to try and contact Mr. Allen Brady again. I talked to him for a little while in the hallway. I'm just going to see what the process is. You know, when does he stop representing you? So
I could probably just fire him and get that over with.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
I had a good conversation with him, Paul.
Yeah, he's a very good man. He did his best. I can't deny that.
Yeah, I had a nice conversation with him, and to tell you
what
the truth,
I've heard, unlike some public attorneys, some public defenders, he actually tries to do his job. You know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, where did they get? I'm worried about asking you this.
You said what?
Did your sister tell him that you were mean, cruel to animals?
My sister. I don't know. To be honest,
where did he get? You love animals.
Yes, I do. I don't understand it either. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Where did he
get
off
I did
saying
some,
that?
as a kid, I did some stupid stuff, kid stuff. But when you get older, you learn how to treat animals.
Yeah. Huh.
I don't know. It's just a bunch of old things that they're taking into account, I suppose.
Yeah.
And you can ask the guys in here. I'm not a bully.
Oh, don't worry, Paul. Don't worry.
I'm pretty sure if somebody came at me swinging, I'd be the first to run.
Sure. Okay. Well, yeah. No, don't feel you have to explain anything to me. I mean, one reason I'm being cautionary as I talk is because I don't know what our future plans are going to be, and I don't want to let someone know right now. But
yeah,
I
talked to one of the deputies that it brought me up to court about the zavgirl problem, and he found it peculiar as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact words, but he said he'd look into it.
We were approached by someone out in the hallway that I believe was with her. They thought they were clever.
Oh.
And they just wanted to do something nasty. But I can't say don't worry about that. That exists, but there is something in the works there too.
Be careful how who I trust, how I... Yeah.
So, well, I'm glad you called me, though. I was really worried. I thought it was going to be a while before we heard from you.
Yeah. I surprised myself with how quick I can bounce back, though, mainly it's because of the tablet helping me cope.
Sure.
Distracting myself, but when they're off, it's dark cloud comes back, and it's like, ugh.
Well, I mean, some people are going to hear you saying that, and they're going to take that completely out of context and try and spin it into something super negative and accusatory. But, yes, I'll put some more money in your account tonight, okay?
Thank you.
Absolutely.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I would have been able to get through all this without you and Joe and the other people who are supporting me.
Yeah. Well,
I don't have much family contact.
I know you
father occasionally, mainly my brother. And my brother is the only one who, I wouldn't say that he doesn't blame me as much as everyone else does. He's angry that, I didn't do something, and then trust me, so am I. I'm furious at myself.
Yeah.
But he's not, how do I put it? I guess he's not half and half,
Yes. He wants your family to heal.
Yeah.
And he wants you to be a strong family again, and he sees potential in that.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, Paul, a lot of these haters here, they just don't understand autism at all. They don't know what they're talking about. I've been, for one, my family and I, we've been dealing with it for 23 years. 23 and then another case of 15 years. But I don't know if I told you, as my wife and I met, we were camp counselors at a special needs camp for kids with special needs. And we've been working with special needs and autistic children and young adults for years and years. People just don't understand what they're saying, and they don't care. They don't want to understand. They just want to say ugly things and twist your words around. So,
what can you do about it, right?
Well, we're just going to try, and I know today is the hardest day in the world to say this, but we're going to try and stay focused and positive, and hopefully things are going to get turned around here.
Yeah.
It's a really dark day. It's going to be a dark week, but I promise you I'm going to try and get busy on this. I'm just starting from the ground floor, though. So.
Yeah.
But I have, already in some research, I see there's organizations already out there for similar situations.
Yep.
People who were interrogated without an attorney, things like that shouldn't happen. And there's some organizations forming already, legal organizations. So to try and combat that.
Yep.
So
I'd say that was partially my fault because I had no idea what I was doing. I was still stressed
of course
out
you
from
didn't.
everything.
Of course you didn't. Most young people, just without any challenges, don't know what they should be saying or not when they're being interrogated or questioned. It should not, being interrogated without legal representation should not exist in our country.
Mm-hmm. Should be illegal.
It should. Yes. And I'm not saying that, some people are genuinely guilty and there needs to be some levels of reform and punishment, but we got to do this in a legal, civilized way.
Yeah.
So,
I don't want to spend every last bit of my prime in prison and come out when I'm 50 years old.
I hear you. Well, yeah, let's try not to think about that. We'll just start taking this for me a week at a time. I'm gonna, let's see. All right. I don't know. We got about 6 weeks here to work on this.
Yep.
I don't even know what I want to say. I don't want to say too much, Paul. I'll just keep repeating that.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if we're making progress or if we're not. But right now, I don't want to say too much. There's just, it's one thing that the calls are recorded, but it's entirely different that they're distributed to the public.
Mm-hmm.
So. And So, but yeah, that was very hard to sit through.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Anyway, I gotta call Joe and her. So I'd better let you go. But it's always good to talk to you, Randy.
Absolutely. You can call me.
You have 1 minute left.
Yep.
If you get an idea of when they're taking you out, let me know. And make sure wherever you go, you reach out to me. Put my name on a visitation list, okay?
All right. I will.
All right. You hang in there.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello. This is a collect call from
Paul Ferguson.
This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To consent to this recorded call, press.
Thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Hi,
Joe.
Paul. What a horrible day, huh?
Tell me about it.
Oh, how you feeling?
Bit better.
Okay. Did going to that center or the health thing help you?
More or less, I'd say the tablet helped more.
Oh, good. Just playing game and getting your mind off it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you tired?
A little bit, but I guess part of me is relieved that I've finally got, I don't know, some sort of end to this,
Yeah.
to the court case, at least.
Right. Right. That's what I figured. You'd probably feel some relief because that hanging over your head and all.
But, I wouldn't say that it's enough to brighten the dark cloud.
Right. Right. I can't imagine what that's like. I'm at a loss for words.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed your letter, though. I mean, it was very well written, Paul.
Yeah.
It was,
I wrote from the heart. What else was I supposed to do?
right. Yeah, and you're such a good writer. It was so well said.
You heard me choke up too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
I
couldn't fake cry if I tried. I couldn't.
Right. Right. It's, yeah. I could tell it was from the heart. I really could. I felt so bad. I still do.
Yeah.
You could tell you really thought that out, well thought of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the end of the world. I guess that's the old thing, right?
That's not the end of the world, but I'd really rather
Yeah.
not have to be in prison until I'm 50. That's about the
Right.
gist of it.
Right.
As much as I
Well,
want to repay my debts, do something to right my wrongs, I don't want to spend that long. I mean,
right.
My prime, there's still so much I want to do.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, at this point, I guess they say that, in prison there's more options for you, things to do.
There's a better schedule. I suppose your body gets on a better schedule anyway.
Yeah, but I hear it's dangerous, so it's got some good points and bad points.
Yeah. You just got to be careful what crowd you run with.
Right.
If you run with a crowd.
Well,
From what I've heard, though, it might be smarter because sticking on your own, you never know what might happen.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. That when you go in, you pretty much
have
to
be careful not to drop the soap too.
That's the old thing for when you go to prison is don't drop soap. But maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know. It's been the thing for years. But
I've never been to prison, so I don't know.
Right. I do know they say that you need to get in with people quick so that you have some protection.
Yeah.
But finding the right group where it's not like
easy.
When you're right, you don't want to join a group like the Crips or something, I mean,
yeah.
That's my thought, but I don't know anything about prison either. Just things I've read and stuff, but
some of the words the judge said I've heard before.
Oh, have you? Like
sorry, I was sorry I got caught.
Yeah.
How many times have I heard that?
Yeah. Yeah. That's, nobody can really know your heart.
There were times with, when I was young and ornery. Yeah, there were times I was sorry that I got caught. But we're talking someone died. Why would I be sorry I got caught?
Yeah. And you were honest with them. I mean, you laid it all out there.
Told him everything.
Yeah.
Without an attorney, mind you.
Yes. Yes. I wish. Make sure they put that on appeal. I mean, definitely take you right on that.
Yep.
Don't waive that. But, yeah, I mean, gosh, everybody could get accused of being ornery when they're kids. Man, I mean, my sister fought with fists, blood. I mean, we had fist fights. I mean, it was not good. I mean, not all families do that. I realize that. Me and my kids, you know, when my kids were born, they never were allowed to even say, raise their voice to each other. But, you know, when you're growing up in a dysfunctional family, it's kind of like, it's like survival.
Survival of the fittest.
Yeah. And made me a tougher person, actually. But I never had to face what you have to face, though, and that's sad. I mean, it was just like, I just feel bad. It's a bad way. I feel it's a tragedy every way around with the family, with your brother and.
Yeah. So I talked to Randy before I called you.
Okay.
Someone from zavgirl tried to get a comment or something from you guys.
I'm thinking it was one of her followers because I was told that she had a follower that was going to be there, and she didn't live that far away, and she was going to be there. I can't say one way or the other. It may or may not have been her at all, you know, one of them, but because I think there was 3 girls actually, but, you know, we didn't talk to her because we had our suspicions, and there was no reason to talk to them. I mean, we were there to support you, and we don't need to answer to us being there, so we didn't say anything. I mean, that's your life. That's your business.
Yeah. I just wish they'd stay out of it.
Yeah, I guess eventually, you know, after time, when they start getting other court cases coming up with other people, they'll latch onto that and probably print out. I know I was also told she's going to start printing out all other cases and their phone calls. So she's got quite a little business set up now to do that. So,
whoa. She's got autopsy photos from Timothy.
No. Sorry.
Okay.
I hope I didn't. No.
I'm sorry. I was about to be furious.
Yeah.
That's just plain disrespectful.
Well, she did it before.
He's already gone. I don't need anyone disrespecting his memory.
Yeah.
I won't let anyone disrespect his memory. Even if I'm stuck in here.
Yeah.
I'll find a way to shut it down.
Yeah, well, be careful because you're going to get a lot of people trying to push your buttons, and they're going to be ganging up on you. So just be careful.
Yeah.
But I was saying that she, you know, people's phone calls when they call their loved ones, their family and friends call them, and they talk, you know, and they want to pick everything you say apart and anybody else. So they're going to get those phone calls so they can show them on their site so they continue to make money and get attention.
I talked to a deputy about it. One of the deputies.
Did you?
Brought me up. Yeah. Hey, it's like, yeah, I'll look into that. You know, I can't remember the exact wording of what he said, but I could definitely tell that it was not something that he had okayed.
Yeah, I know. I talked to someone else about that, you know, and they said that you don't have the right to privacy, and but they said it has to be for a good reason. It's got to be a legitimate reason, and I don't think
fortune. There's no way fame and fortune is a legitimate reason.
Well, she goes by that it's, you know, like you say, you know, the supporters, the followers, they like button and they send her a little bit of cash, you know, stuff like that. So she would say it wouldn't be for gaining money. These would be donations to her. But
donations those are for people who need them.
Yeah.
What you need to do is get a real job.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm snapping at you. I don't mean to be this whole
No,
thing.
that's okay. I understand. It's frustrating. Yeah, it is frustrating. I don't like seeing people bullying and picking on other people, because they end up doing the same thing the other person is accused of doing. So it's like, when does it stop? When does it stop?
Yeah. When does the
The Lord said
stop
for us
going
to
round?
be right. I mean, you can't change it. You can't bring Timothy back. And
I know.
what do? So you are paying the consequences of the actions,
I'm
of your
trying
actions.
to atone. I don't need people making my life any worse than it already is at this point.
Yeah. Well, they're going to say they're happy that you're suffering, most likely, because they're, they're angry, which I can understand. People get angry over. That was a terrible situation, but
yeah, I know that much as well too.
Yeah, and if you could change it, you would.
I'm frustrated with myself for not doing anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish you could have stood up for him. Wish you could have. I wish you could have held your anger, like you said. You wish you could control it, but you could get help in there, Paul. Get help. And really study. Really study. And
I'm not looking for. At this point, I'd say I'm not looking for no time. I don't want to spend the rest of my prime, most of my life practically incarcerated.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's what it is, and you've got to make the best of what the cards you've been dealt with. You got to make the best of it and try to get what's abnormal and for a person's life and get some normalcy of trying to get by day to day and improve yourself. And maybe down the road, if there's a possibility for a review, and you could get a lesser, have to serve any more.
Definitely going to appeal, though, to try to get it down.
Yeah. And, and if you work hard and show them that you're working hard on yourself and try to get better mentally and do everything you can to do that, that goes a long way to a parole board. And plus, while you're in there, you can help people, help other inmates or something. And, that kind of brings honor to Timothy. There's purpose if you help people, in light of the situation. You can help others. And that brings honor to Timothy, Doesn't change it, but at least it's something that you feel like you could do for him.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, what a day. Randy wasn't happy. Yeah, Randy's sad too.
Yep.
So,
he kind of thought it was going to be a bit of time before I called because of everything, but I figured it'd be better to call sooner because I guess, I don't know, it helps relieve some of the stress of having to call later. And, for some things, the longer you wait, the harder it gets,
Yes. I figured you would call when you felt ready enough to call.
You have 1 minute left.
And then call me back when we get disconnected.
Yeah.
But I figured, sometimes it feels better just to talk it out and hear a familiar voice.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
maybe on our next call we can talk about something a bit more fun.
Yeah, if that's what you'd like to help draw it away from a stressful day, we can do that.
Yeah, it's just been too much at this point. I don't think I can talk about it much more without crippling under the weight.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would be. I can't fathom what it would be like. I wouldn't want to know what it's like, to be honest with you. But I think my brain would be nothing but soup.
Yeah.
Not being able to, mushy soup. Maybe even throw in some oats in there. But I couldn't handle it. So I'm impressed that you are.
Thank you for using Securus.
Right back.
Goodbye.
Really, 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 really need your love. I'm begging you to be kind. begging you